Hey everyone, and Happy New Year! The first episode of 2026 for Real Film Reviews podcast. I'm Eric, and this is Corbett.
How you doing? Did you have a stroke there for a second?
I did. I felt like I haven't done this in years, but I have. If that makes sense.
I guess I don't know.
Okay, so
Iron Man.
yes, we are going to talk about Iron Man. You like that?
I guess. Good.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
it's not the first of the year, but it is January of 2026, a new year for the show. And I've been talking with him, and Avengers Doomsday is coming out on December, I think, 18th.
yeah,
So
December 18th.
what we're gonna do is go through the entire MCU up until then. We even may throw in some other Marvel related stuff in the middle that's gonna most likely tie in with not in game Doomsday. So yeah, there's gonna be some changes to the show. There's gonna be some different stuff that we're gonna try. We're gonna try to jump into TV shows too. Maybe not all the Marvel shows, but just other things to kind of throw a little mix into the show.
Yeah, kind of do something a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can see, Jordan's not with me. He's got a new job and he's too busy for us cool folk. So
he's not in line with the cool kids.
No. So Corbett's going to be with me for as long as we do until I die.
Don't hate me if I do bad. Just I don't know, mind your business.
It'll be all right. So yeah, we decided that we're going to talk about the MCU. And yes, we're talking about Iron Man from 2008.
I graduated that year.
Yeah.
18 years ago.
I was 3 years out of high school.
I feel so freaking old.
Yeah, I know. It's life is the slowest form of suicide.
The slowest form of suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong there.
No, not this time.
But yeah, I remember 2008. I forgot what month it came out.
May.
But it was May? Okay. Yeah. May. Yeah. I went and seen it in theaters. As a matter of fact, it was a birthday gift, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I enjoyed it. I seen the first one and the second one in theaters when it came out.
Yes. So I saw this with a friend of mine who I don't talk to anymore. And he said, hey, there is an Iron Man movie coming out. I saw a couple of previews, but I didn't think anything of it. And he was like, let's go. So I was like, okay. I knew who Iron Man was, but I never wasn't a favorite. Iron Man is basically like a B-list or C-list character. He wasn't as popular as what he is right now.
Right.
This is the first movie that they did, it kind of skyrocketed the Iron Man character. But
Robert Downey Jr. made Iron Man famous. Yeah. I'm sorry, but he did.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into some of the details as we always do.
All right.
Movie directed by Jon Favreau, starring Robert Downey Jr., Terrence Howard, Jeff Bridges, Gwyneth Paltrow, Leslie Bibb, Sean Toob, and Jon Favreau, of course. Screenplay by Mark Fergus, Hawk Ostby, Art Markham, and Matt Holloway. Produced by Avi Arad, I think that's his name.
I think so.
And Kevin Feige, who would become the head honcho of Marvel now. He's in charge of everything now.
Oh yeah, old Stan Lee passed away, so yeah.
No, well, Stan Lee he created the character,
right? But
I mean, he helped with a lot of the characters,
right?
He's the president of Marvel Studios. Stan Lee wasn't.
He wasn't. Okay.
No,
my bad.
No, you good? You good? Cinematography by Matthew Libatique, edited by Dan Lebentel, music by Rami Jandi. Like that Jawadi. Sorry.
If anyone knows how to pronounce it, please say something.
But the budget was 130 to 140 million, and box office was 585.5.
Oh yeah,
Definitely a
kinda-
success.
I kind of figured, yeah.
Released May 2nd, 2008.
May 2nd. I wasn't quite 18 years old yet.
God, I was already. I was going to turn 21.
5 more days, I'd have been 18 at that time.
Following
So fucking old.
Yeah. Following his escape from captivity by a terrorist group, world famous industrialist and master engineer Tony Stark builds a mechanized suit of armor and he becomes the superhero Iron Man. A feature film featuring Iron Man was in development at 3 different companies at various times since 1990. I think it was Universal, Paramount.
Was it Paramount?
No, well, Paramount released it.
Yeah.
I forgot to write it down. I wrote 3 different companies, and I was going to write it down, and
Oh well.
It was 3
Shit
companies.
happens.
Yes, in the 90s before Marvel Studios acquired the rights in 2005. Marvel Studios opened, I think, I didn't write it down, but it opened up in like 93, and they were trying to get projects off the ground before they actually got to sit down and focus on what characters they own and were able to make movies. I think they were kind of producers or they helped with other movies that were coming out at the time before this.
So you could probably tell me this. What was the first Marvel movie that Marvel Studios put out?
This.
So it was this?
Yes, that they fully funded and released themselves. Was Iron Man.
See, that's okay. So maybe Marvel didn't have anything to do with Blade being released because that was in '98, and Blade is a Marvel character. So
I think it was owned by a different company.
Okay,
I think it was Fox.
Okay, but Marvel Studios didn't actually release it.
No, they were behind the scenes.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, I'm a little tired.
Wake up, damn it. Shit.
Marvel put the project in production as its first self-financed film with Paramount Pictures distributing. Favreau signed on to direct in 2006 and faced opposition from Marvel when trying to cast Downey in the title role. He was signed on that year in September. Downey at the time was several years clean from his drug habits in the middle to late 90s, which he was well known for. Oh yeah, I remember hearing stories about it in the right before 2000. Family Guy did a couple jokes about him.
Yep.
I just remember but I think he cleaned up into there too.
Like I was telling you earlier, I'm pretty sure during the filming of U.S. Marshals, he was messed up. At some point, he had to have been.
During development in the 90s, Nicolas Cage and Tom Cruise expressed interest in playing Tony Stark, but they both turned it down, and I think they both regretted it. Yeah. Other actors considered were Jim Caviezel, Timothy Olyphant, Sam Rockwell, and Clive Owen.
I think Timothy Olyphant would have done pretty good. Jim Caviezel, maybe, but I don't know.
Sam Rockwell, I like Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, he ended up playing in Iron Man 2 as Justin Hammer.
Yep.
And Quentin Tarantino was in early talks to direct, but backed out. Don Cheadle was in talks to play Rhodey, but they went with Terrence Howard instead. He would later go on to replace him after this movie.
Just imagine what that movie would be like if Quentin Tarantino actually got the job.
People's heads would explode, blood squibs would come out, and someone would be yelling the N-word the whole movie.
that movie would definitely not be for any kids. None.
Stan Winston helped design the Iron Man suit.
Oh,
it was one of the last things that he worked on before his death in 2008. He died in 2008, and 2009 Terminator Salvation was released, and I think he worked.
That's another good movie.
He helped with that. Which, oh man, that's a whole other story. I want to talk about that one.
Right.
The movie was released on May 2nd, 2008, and was a huge success. It received praise for both RDJ and Jon Favreau's direction. In 2022, the film was selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the National Film Registry for being culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant.
Good God. Every time I think of Jon Favreau, he played in a movie in 2000 called The Replacements with Keanu Reeves. He played a former SWAT agent, and he was always yelling and screaming, like, who's the man? Who's the man? It's so funny. I got the ball.
I know him as Eric the Clown from Seinfeld. There was an episode of Seinfeld where he played a clown. And
Okay.
yeah, George, that was the episode where there was a fire and George pushed everybody out of the way like little kids and an old lady. And he got out of there.
I remember that.
And he was trying to defend himself why he did it. and one of the firefighters comes up to him and goes, how do you live with yourself? And he goes, it's not easy.
But one other movie I do remember him in a lot was he played, it was a TV movie, I forgot what year it came out, where he played Rocky Marciano, the boxer.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. It didn't do that well, but to me it was a good movie. If you've never seen that movie, it was a TV movie that he did, and it was very good back in the either late 90s or early 2000s. It was pretty good.
Well, that's all the information I got right now until the end.
Right.
Just saved a couple things to the
Gotcha.
end. You ready to get started?
Da.
Back in Black. I hit the sack. It's been too long. I'm glad to be back. Yeah. Back in Black through the desert. And it cuts to soldiers in one of the little Humvee things with Tony, and they're all staring at him, but then he gets everyone to talk, and they're asking him questions about models that he slept with, and everyone was like, "Is it cool if I take a picture with you?" Yes, it'd be very cool.
Don't throw gang signs out. I don't want it to be all over your MySpace.
Please, no gang signs. I'm kidding.
Okay, go ahead.
He's like, "Yeah, peace.
I love peace.
Yeah, I'd have a job without it, or I wouldn't have a job with it, or one of those.
Something like that, yeah.
And they're talking, the vehicle, I think, in front of them and behind them explodes.
Yeah.
And all the army guys are trying to get out. Well, two of them get out, and they get shot. One of them had to stay in. They told him to stay with them. But once they go, the guy steps out, and Tony's like, hey, wait. And the guy turns to him and goes, stay here. And as he turns around, fucking gets shot through the door.
Yeah.
So Tony makes his way out, and he runs around a rock, and he's hiding. And he's trying to pull out his little cell phone to try to talk to someone, and one of the little missiles lands next to him with his name on it.
Turns out it was one of his missiles.
And it blows up, and
how ironic.
Yeah, he sees his chest start to bleed. He takes his shirt up. He's wearing like a vest, but it went through because the shrapnel came. And you see this terrorist group holding him hostage. He got the bag over his face. Then he ends up taking it off. Then it cuts to Iron Man. What's the group that's holding him? They call the Ten Rings.
The Ten Rings.
The Ten Rings is a group from the comics who was led by a character named the Mandarin.
Okay. See, I never read the comics, so yeah.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to see an actual live-action Mandarin. He's a character that actually has 10 rings on his fingers, and they all do different things. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about him, but he sounded real interesting, and it's like I wish they kind of would have used that, but I think they had to use technology with technology, right? Because what ends up happening, he makes his suit and then he fights, but.
I don't know too much about the Marvel Universe, but did they do anything based on him or no?
The Mandarin?
Yeah.
Yes. We will get to that.
Okay.
We probably will talk about that a little more when we get to Iron Man 3.
Okay, gotcha.
But then it cuts to earlier. Tony's getting an award, like some kind of lifetime achievement award, and talking about his accomplishments. Built the engine at 4. It's like, God, I was shitting myself at 4, and he's building an engine. It's like, I don't think I was.
I'm not even sure what I was doing at 4. Christ. I don't remember.
Yeah. and he find out that his parents were killed, and which will be relevant soon. But he's not there. His friend Rhodey calls his name, but he doesn't come up. So Obadiah comes up and accepts it for him. He's like, obviously, I'm not Tony.
Obadiah
Obadiah
played by Jeff Bridges.
I love Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges is awesome. One of the best movies I ever seen him in was the remake of True Grit. That was really good.
Yeah, I don't hear a lot of people talking about that movie.
Well, I mean, a lot of people didn't like the movie,
but it's like it was a really good movie, and I don't like westerns very much.
See, I was always a big western,
but that movie was good. The little girl in it is Haley Steinfeld, who would eventually end up in the MCU later on as Kate Bishop, with the bows and arrows, getting trained by Hawkeye. Yeah. Tony's gambling, and he's flirting with the girls.
He's in Vegas,
they're in Vegas, and Rhodey meets him, gives him his award. He's like, "Oh, I'm coming." He's like, "Oh, there it is." He's like, "I don't have any of those around." Yeah, Tony's really smart ass and cocky.
Yeah, cocky, very cocky. Yeah,
and he rolls the dice, and Rhodey messes him up. He didn't lose everything, but he did win some money, so he cashed out. And as he was leaving.
That was just chump change to him.
Yeah. He was leaving, and he just hands a random dude his statue.
Yeah.
And as he's getting to his car, Leslie Bibb shows up as I forgot to write her name down. Christine something.
One of them, I don't know.
Christine Everhart? Anyway. Yeah, I don't know why. I usually like to keep track of this stuff, but I don't. And I like how Tony's standing around. Happy goes, she's hot. He goes, oh, she's good looking. And he turns around.
He's like,
she's like, I want to ask you a couple questions. People call you the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that? He's like, that's a bad nickname. I don't paint. He's like, what about the Merchant of Death? That's not bad.
That's not bad.
And they have a little argument for a second about how his weapons, which is a big focal point of the movie. And he says, once we don't need weapons, I'll build little hospitals and stuff. And she's like, do you ever lose any sleep over it? He's like, I could lose a few with you. End up going back to his place. And, they're fooling around on the bed. I'm pretty sure they did it. I don't know. They didn't show it because it was kind of Disney related, but
yeah,
you know. And
technically at the time, Marvel and them and Disney weren't really paired up, if you remember.
No. In 2021, Marvel has their very first sex scene in a movie. It's in a PG-13 movie, but we'll talk about that.
Right.
So there. But she wakes up in his bed with the covers, and then she wakes up, walks to the window, and pans out, and he lives in an awesome house that I don't know if I could live in that house.
No, there's no way I could do that. No, not that many damn windows. Hell no.
Yeah. And this is my favorite part when she's like fooling around, looking around at things. Pepper shows up.
She touches shit she's not supposed to.
Yeah. And she hands her clothes. And we did your dry cleaning, and we got a car waiting outside, take you anywhere you want. And she goes, after all these years, you're still doing his laundry or something. And she says, I do anything that Mr. Stark tells me to do, which occasionally includes taking out the trash. Would that be all? Oh, my God. Oh, she got punked. And she shows up a couple times later.
She needs some ice for that burn.
So, apply cold water to said burn area.
She needs some ice cream.
So Tony's working in his basement on his car, listening to Institutionalized by Suicidal Tendencies.
Yep, Suicidal Tendencies.
And she's basically trying to get him out of there because he's supposed to be, because this takes place earlier from the beginning of the movie. He's supposed to be going to whatever country that is, and they're supposed to show off some stuff, some of their weapons, and she's trying to get him out of there. And he's like, why are you trying to get me out of here? Do you have plans? She's like, yeah, I do. I don't like it when you have plans. She's like, I'm allowed to have plans on my birthday. Like, I didn't know it was your birthday. She's like, it's crazy. It's the same day as last year. Like, well, get you something nice for me. She goes, oh, I did. And I always like that kind of thing where like I work for you, yeah, I can get whatever I want. I'm getting this. I'm getting like 5 PlayStations. 5 PlayStation 5. Why do you need all them? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just want them.
Even though the PlayStation 5 wasn't out then, but at that time it was the 3 still.
Yeah, the 3. Yeah.
So he gets going. He's racing happy through the valley to get there.
Yeah.
He's like, I think you lost me back there. I think I lost you back there. He's like, you did, sir. And Rhodey's like, I've been waiting here 3 hours. He's like, now I'm waiting on you. What's taking you? Let's go. They get in the plane. Rhodey's trying to be all serious and getting a drink. Tony wants a drink. He's like, I'm not drinking. And it cuts to them.
They're smashed.
I think it was more Rhodey. He was all up in his face going, see, I need... And then he has the little pole come up where the ladies are dancing. He's like, it's okay.
And Stark's just sitting there.
Stark's just... he's still like...
So stupid. Get out of my face.
So they... he gets there, and he's showing them off something called the Jericho missile. And he's like, how did he put it? Something about...
That's a badass missile. Just saying.
Yeah, he was like, I prefer a weapon that you only have to fire once. That's how Dad did it. That's how America does it. And it's worked pretty well so far. And it shoots off, and it like...
It scatters.
Yeah, it scatters.
It's like probably 2 or 3 dozen other missiles.
And then like it calls the Jericho, and like a wave goes over him.
Yeah,
and knocks him over, and then he opens up champagne. Yeah. It was like $500 million for that for each one.
I think he said $500 million per missile.
Oh, per missile, Jesus!
I think so. Yeah, because like you said, it's one big missile, but whenever whenever it blows up, it shoots off a couple dozen other missiles. So $500 million per missile. Yeah.
So Tony's celebrating. And he gets into one of the Humvee, and he tells him, this is the fun V, the humdrum V's back there. He's like, that was good, Tony. He's like, see you back at base. And then we cut to what happened at the beginning. And then Tony's being wheeled into a cave, and they're working on him. And they show a part of the video where he was being recorded. And then he wakes up in a cave. And he pulls that thing out of his nose.
Yeah, it goes like 2 feet down.
It seems like.
No, actually, it does.
Is that how
they actually? Yep.
Yeah, I've never had it.
It goes 2 feet in your body because it goes through your nose, your nasal cavity, all the way to your stomach.
And
it's like 2 feet. Yeah.
And as he's turning over, he realizes that he's hooked up to a car battery. And Jensen, told him like, you'll be careful, like I worked on you, basically telling him that explosion put shrapnel in his chest and near his heart, and that's an electromagnet to pull
to keep it away
from the heart.
Yep.
But wouldn't it pull it into the veins and cut the veins?
Possibly, but not unless he made it to where it would avoid the veins, the arteries.
I don't know. I don't know. I understand what they're trying to do. You know, not all the science is real in this stuff because we don't have that kind of stuff yet. But that always kind of like, oh man, like
it kind of made you think like, wait, how?
Yeah, I could just picture because he has a little thing with the big pieces, and it's like those could definitely stab through. But I guess they're small. I don't know. Anyway, he says Jensen says that they've met before. And Tony said he don't remember, and he's like, well, if I was that drunk, I wouldn't be able to give a remember anything, especially doing a speech on some kind of science thing. I'm not a scientist. And he's trying to talk to him, but the 10 Rings group, they come in, and he tells them to put a hands on his head, and you got to be good. And he tells them, you're going to build these missiles. And he's like, I refuse. And they try to drown him. Well, I guess to scare him, maybe.
Yeah.
Because when they dunk him in once, he can't breathe. He dunks him in again, and he has a flash of a few things. And he does a picture of the arc reactor that they use at his company.
Well, I mean, because like they can't kill him because who else are they going to get to build the shit like that? Yeah.
And then they cover him up and take him out and show him outside all of his weapons and equipment and shit
They stole, yeah.
And he doesn't want to do it, but they told him they had to. And he's like, and then we'll let you go. And Tony's like, no, they won't. And Jensen's like, yeah, you're right. No, they won't. So they get him in there, and he tells them all that he needs. He's listing everything, and then he's in the cave taking some of the stuff apart. And Jensen's basically asking, "What you doing? What are you trying to make?" So the arc reactor that he sees in his vision, and it's at his company. He's going to miniaturize it and put it in there to where Jensen did that to help him out. And
instead of lugging around the damn car battery the whole time.
And he said, how long? What's the power on it? And Tony's like, if my math is correct, and of course it is. Cocky son of a bitch.
Obviously, cocky son of a bitch.
50 gigajoules. He's like, that's enough to run your heart for 50 lifetimes. And I'm thinking, like, actual run his heart, like, would he die? I don't know. See, the science, it's not bad.
That's the thing. It would keep the heart going, but the rest of the body would die.
Oh, yeah.
Because your brain operates every organ.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
anyway,
he's taking the things apart too. He's trying to get palladium. That's what he called it.
Yeah, palladium. Yeah,
and they show them playing a game later, and Jensen talks about his family, and he's going to see them soon as they're done here. And as they're building, as they're working on things, Jensen puts the thing in Tony's chest. The arc reactor. And then the other guys are like watching them through a camera. Sometimes they're just like, they're working, okay. And then sometimes they're like, what is he building? It doesn't look like the picture. And then as they're working, the leader of the group comes up. His name's Raza. And basically threatens Tony, and then he threatens to kill Jensen because nothing's being built.
Nothing's being done, yeah.
Yeah. So Tony saves him. And he's like, he's a good assistant. And Raza says, you got till tomorrow to build my missile. And it's like, Tony's working in a cave with like stuff. It's like
I said earlier, it's like he has the equipment at his house, but it ain't going to take no damn day even with his equipment. So like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, I mean, of course they're not working on it because he's building something, which he shows Jensen. Basically, he's going to build a suit to escape, a fashion suit, okay? And where are we? And then this is where Tony suits up, and he's trying to get everything situated. And Jensen's doing all the stuff, doing on the computer,
getting it to power up. Yeah.
And then when the guards find out, they try to get in, and they set a bomb by the thing, and it blows up, and that gets everyone's attention. So they're coming to there, and Tony's just about suited up, but Jensen's like, "We don't have enough time. I'm gonna make a distraction." So he grabs a gun and starts running out, shooting in a small thing. Like, wouldn't those bullets bounce back? Like, you know?
And then. It's like, okay, they're coming at you. They have AK-47s. He's shooting wildly. It's like, stupid, you have guns.
Yeah, they show the guards run one way, then they run the other way with Jensen behind them, and then he stops, and it's like a group of them. It's like, oh, shit.
It's like stupid, you have guns in your hand. Use them.
They got guns in my head, and they won't go. Spirits in my head, and they won't go.
Yes.
So the door is blown open, so some guards are coming in, and I pointed him. We watched this today, and he didn't notice it. One of the guards that comes in, he's actually the first one to get hit and flies against the wall before the suit reveal, is played by Tom Morello, the guitarist from Rage Against the Machine.
That blew my mind out years that this movie's been out. I've seen it so many times. I never noticed
I just
that was Tom Morello.
Yeah. He didn't work on the soundtrack. Like, his name wasn't on it, but he did some guitar parts for it, apparently. For a favor, I think. And then, the suit looks awesome. When it hits the couple people, and then he kind of does that little turn. And the music is like dun 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, like that.
I think it was so funny. He's smashing a couple of the other guards and stuff like that, and then he swings and misses, gets his arm stuck in the side of the cave.
And then one guy tries to shoot him in the head, and it bounces and hits him in the head. Like, they don't show the bullet hole or any blood, but the guy's hat flies off. So it's like, he got shot in the head. And then Tony
he shot himself.
He sees Jensen. Jensen's been shot, and Raza tries to shoot a missile at him. He misses, and Tony shoots one at him, and it misses him, but knocks some rocks on him. And then Tony,
he's like, "Come on, we gotta get out of here."
He's like, "I'm not gonna make it or something." He's like, "What about your family?" He's like, "My family's dead." It's like, God, man, it's like, it's one of those things where you don't know, because he says that he's gonna see him after this. So you think, they're alive. No, they were dead. And he's like, "It's okay. I want this." And he's like, "Thank you for saving me." He's like, "Don't waste it."
I'm not gonna lie. I was very upset whenever he died, because he was so nice and he helped him. He saved his life. I was like, what the hell? Why couldn't he go with him?
Yeah, sometimes it was for Tony's hero arc.
Yeah,
like, he had to die so Tony can learn something. And then he gets out there, like, I was telling him, when he walks out of the cave in the shadow and he's standing there, when the suit comes out, it almost looks stop motion, like, almost.
It does.
I know it's not, but the way it comes out,
it almost looks like it is
motion. It almost looks like
stop motion. Yeah,
but they're all shooting at him, and he's like, "My turn." Uses the flamethrowers on each arm to burn all of his stuff. They're all shooting at him. He almost gets hit, and then he finally hits the button. He destroys everything, and he hits the button to fly away. To shoot the rockets, and he flies over the thing, and he lands. He's like,
shatters the suit,
destroys it. He don't care. And Tony's trying to get out of there, and then the military flies over him, and it's Rhodey. Comes out and grabs him. He's like, "Next time, you ride with me." He gets back. Pepper's waiting. Happy Hogan's waiting.
Yes.
And they get in the car, and he wants a cheeseburger. And he wants a press conference.
I want a damn cheeseburger.
Yeah, it almost sounds like the next thing he wants is sex. And Pepper's like, "Okay, I don't want to hear it. No, no, it's not what you think. I want a press conference." But I don't know if you knew this, but Robert Downey Jr. himself has said that Burger King is involved in a way of helping him get sober. He got a burger from Burger King, like, while he was strung out.
That I did not know.
And it was the most disgusting burger he ever ate. Like, something was wrong with he didn't get food poisoning, but it just didn't taste good.
Yes.
And he was like, "Oh man, I gotta change my life." He also has said on several occasions that Mel Gibson also helped him get clean.
Yes, I heard about that. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I did hear about that. I thought that was pretty cool.
So he gets to the press conference.
Well, shoot, Mel Gibson had dabbled in that shit back in the day too. So yeah.
Mel Gibson. What's his character's name from Lethal Weapon?
Riggs.
Okay. I kept thinking Murtaugh, but I didn't want to say
Martin Riggs. I think it was Martin
Riggs, yes.
Yeah, Martin Riggs.
You know, they made a TV show about.
Yeah, Damon Wayans was
that was a good show.
Was the Murtaugh character? Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other guy that they got, he did really good.
I don't remember who that was.
Chance Crawford.
Okay.
He apparently on the set was an asshole to someone, like, got into this big thing,
right?
And he got fired from the show. And I think it was I think it lasted 3 seasons. The 3rd season, they killed off his character off screen, And then they got Sean William Scott to kind of take his place as a different character. And I'm like, you should have just ended it.
Seriously, like, that should have just been
Lethal Weapon is those two characters. Now, granted, Sean William Scott, he did the best he could for the character
just
that
didn't
he played.
fit. Huh.
It didn't work.
They didn't fit.
But those first two seasons, I think, with Chase Crawford and Damon Wayans,
Yeah.
really good show.
See, I seen a couple episodes on the first season, but I didn't keep watching it, so I'm gonna have to.
It's real good. So Tony gets to the press conference, and Pepper meets Phil Coulson, and he says that he's part of the Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics
Which
Division.
is called SHIELD.
Yeah, which is weird because she's like, that's a mouthful or something.
Yeah.
He's like, we're working on that. It's like, why didn't you just call yourselves that in the first
I don't know.
Like, however long that company's been around,
Yeah,
don't
for
know.
a long time. But
turns out it was created created by Peggy Carter,
right.
which we'll get to her soon.
But I like press coverage. He's like, everyone sit on
Everyone just sit down, yeah. I never got to say goodbye to my father.
And everyone sat on the ground. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Like this crazy dude just...
What kind of reminded me of back whenever you're a kid and stuff like that, and you're at like your family's house, and all the adults are sitting on the couches and the chairs, and all the kids have to sit on the damn floor.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Whatever.
But one of the guys asked him what happened there, because he was mentioned about he just saw U.S. soldiers killed by the very weapons that he created.
Yeah.
So he called that press conference because he wants to close down the weapons division of the show, of Stark Industries, and people are fucking going nuts over it. Everyone's like, what are you doing? And
what are you doing, stupid?
Obadiah tries to calm everything down, but then they show him riding on his little Segways.
Yeah,
he meets Tony at the plant, and he's standing in front of the big arc reactor that's helping run the plant. And him and Obi, I call him
Obi.
Yeah, got into it because Tony was trying to say like we need to look at this stuff like as power source,
right?
And then he says he shows Obadiah because he's like, "Who told you?" He's like, "Just show me." He shows him the arc reactor and tells him that it works.
He said it works. Yeah.
Yeah, so he wants to work on that, for energy. I guess something else. I'm pretty sure they'd make billions with that.
Oh yeah.
But
there'd be some shit if in the future something like that pops up. I mean, I don't know how long it'll take. It may not even be in our lifetime, but I think that'd be pretty cool though.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure something will come. It'll probably it ain't gonna be in my. I ain't gonna see it.
We're gonna be dead already.
Yep. So Pepper's watching the stocks on TV that I can't think of the guy's name. I used to know his name. The guy was like hitting the cup with the bat.
Yeah.
I used to know that dude's name. I can't think of it. I should have wrote it down. But Tony wants Pepper to help him. He's changing out the arc reactor because the one he made was just enough.
Just to hold him over until
So he wanted to do something better because he's going to put something to it, a new suit. So it's the thing where he's got to take it out. She's got to reach in, do all the stuff. She messes up a couple times. It pulls that thing out, and he's like, I'm going in cardiac arrest because you yanked the wire. And she's like, oh, what do I do? Put it back. He said, no, don't put it back. Just grab it. He put this in. She grabs the new one. She's about to do it. She's like, Tony, it's going to be okay. And he goes, is it? And then she puts it in, and then they fix it. She's like, don't ask me to do that again. He's like,
whenever she connected that wire in there, he's like, ah!
And then he gets to work on his suit. First, he goes to meet Rhodey and ask him for help, but Rhodey doesn't want anything to do with it.
He refuses, yeah.
So he goes to start, and he's starting to build the suit. He has the schematics for his old suit that he escaped with, and going through it, taking out certain things.
He just pretty much advances it.
Yeah, as he's doing that, the 10 Rings are looking at his suit that he escaped in, and they're collecting the parts for it. For some reason, you don't find out until later. But then he's building, the boots, and he's about to test them, and he's got the little robot arm thing that has a fire extinguisher, and if he catches fire, he wants the thing to spray him. So he has the rocket boots on, and he's going to test it. And he goes, "We're going to start at 10% power. 1, 2, 3," and he hits it, and he flips back, hits his head on the wall, and falls. And then dummy, he calls the little arm dummy. It sprays him, and he's not even on fire. But I was thinking about that, like, you don't know how this is going to work. If you start on 10%,
right?
I'm not as smart as he is, but I would have started on 1%. I really would have.
But also the part where he flies up and just smashes against the concrete wall. It's like, yeah, in reality, he'd have been dead.
He'd been dead. Yeah. And then he's also building the things for the hands that he also uses to fly, but it also shoots like a beam. Pepper's like, "I thought you ain't gonna make any more weapons." This is a weapon. This is a flying device. And he holds out the thing, and he shoots it and flies back. And Pepper goes, and you hear Tony go, "I didn't expect that." But Obi's there. Peter. Tony goes upstairs, and Obi basically tells him that they're trying to get him out of the company. Because even though it's his company, he's got like other people like part of the board. So Obadiah wants to know what Tony's working on, but he ain't going to show him. So he goes back downstairs, and what was it? Oh no, he's doing the boots again, and he's got the hands. So this time he starts at 1%, and he goes up and he's floating, and it's still a cool effect. Wires, but it still looks like he's flying.
Yeah,
but he's moving around, and then the flames are going over his nice cars down there. He's like, "Oh, not where I want to be, not the cars." And then, like, when he lands, he's like, he looks at the dummy. He's like, "Please don't point that at me." He's
like, no.
And he's like, well, yeah. Before that, he goes up just for a second and comes back down. And he goes, "Please don't point that at me. I feel like I'm going to catch on fire spontaneously. Just wait right there and come in when I'm in danger." So he flies around the room and lands, and he's like, "Yeah, I can fly." And then it builds the suit, the silver suit around him. Mark II is what they call it.
Yeah,
Mark I is the original that he escaped with.
Yeah.
And the whole suit's silver. And he gets Jarvis in there, and he flies out the thing.
He flies out of his house,
That's got to be so cool to fly like that.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Flying around, testing it, and then he flies by a Ferris wheel where this little kid's sitting on there licking an ice cream cone. And when he sees Tony flying, because it zooms in on the kid's face, he's kind of in shock, and the ice cream falls. He's like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
And then Tony wants to test the altitude, so he goes up towards space, but he starts to freeze because he's getting too high. I forgot what they said the record was.
Yeah, well, I mean, whenever he freezes, there's no oxygen and shit like that. So yeah,
and he falls back down. He eventually gets out of the ice. And then flies back to his apartment. His house.
Wait, did he fly back or did he fall through the roof?
Well, he flew back and he was on top and he said turn off.
Yeah.
And when it did, he went through the roof, then through his piano in his living room.
And he landed on his car.
On one of his car. And then dummy sprays him.
He had to make sure.
Oh, man. And when Tony, so Pepper asked him what he wanted to do with that old arc reactor, and he's like, "It's trash.
Destroy it."
He goes, "Sure you don't want to save it?" He's like, "No, I'm not nostalgic." But he comes by and he sees a box on the table and he opens it up.
It's the old one,
and it's the old one in a glass box, and they put it on a thing around it that says "Proof Tony Stark has a heart," which that will come into play
later on
in the movie and down the road.
Yep.
We're not there yet.
No, we got a while to go. So.
Oh yeah, but
so be patient. If you're not patient, then I'm sorry.
It's okay. Where am I? Oh, so he sees that there's a benefit that he came up with, but he wasn't invited. Like other famous people and stuff are going. but he wasn't invited. But he decides to go, and at that time, he's working on Jarvis, with Jarvis to figure out how to stop the icing and make the suit look better. So he puts it with the gold, and I always wondered what the gold was for, but it was something related to what the space in space, because a lot of the stuff that they use is like golden.
Yeah, it's a certain type of titanium. He said.
Have you ever seen or heard of the movie Sunshine?
No, no.
That's an interesting movie that I want to talk about because it's two movies in one. It's hard to explain, but they had to the sun is dying, and this crew embarked on a journey to launch a nuke into the sun to blow it up to kind of restart it. And this thing that they used had gold things like around it to help it go through space.
Okay.
So I guess that's why they use that gold. So he decides to use that gold. And he says he wants to add a little something to it. He sees his little hot rod and he put red in it. And when it painted it out, I told him that's my favorite version of the Iron Man suit. It's like just the red body.
I mean, that's the way the comic character was. Yeah,
it's always crazy. I always find. I know it's a cartoon, but the comic had him in the Iron Man suit, but it literally looked like he was wearing a suit, kind of like Captain America, because he's supposed to be Iron Man. It's supposed to be all machine. So you do a live action movie in 2008, you can easily do that to where drawn in a cartoon or a comic, it looks different. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
I mean, but like that version is my favorite of all the movies for Tony Stark. That is my favorite look. But he ends up going to the event, and he's walking in, and he sees Obadiah, and he walks by. You see a guy who looks like Hugh Hefner from behind, and he puts his hand on his shoulder. He's like, "How you doing, Hef?" When he turns around, we get our first MCU cameo of Stan Lee.
Oh, Stanley.
I wish that he was. I'm going to cry thinking about it. I don't want to talk about it right now.
I mean, he was old as shit. I mean,
I know it's one of those things where because we're so used to it.
I know we're so used to it, and whenever it changes, it's hard to get used to. It's hard to adapt to. Believe me.
No, I want to talk about it more when we get there. His last movie was Endgame.
Yes.
And that was in 2019.
Yes.
2 years later, we got Spider-Man No Way Home, where we have the OG all three Spider-Men in one movie.
Mm-hmm. Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Andrew Garfield.
And Tobey Maguire. It's the fact that Stan Lee created Spider-Man, and he didn't live long enough to see that movie.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been so cool to see his reaction to that movie.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been so cool, but we didn't get it. So he goes inside, and he sees Pepper, but he's being distracted by Coulson again, trying to get in. He's trying to tell him those strategic things. He's like, man, that's a mouthful. He's like, I
just don't give a shit. Leave me alone.
Yeah, he's like, how about the 7th at 7 or something like that? And he's like, yeah,
he's not even looking at him.
I don't care. So Coulson, he's like, yeah, that date, okay, I got it. So yeah, that's what they did. But he sees Pepper, and she's like, what are you doing here? Takes her out to dance, and they're getting kind of close, and they go outside, and she's like, oh yeah, dancing with you, my boss, in front of all of my people, it just makes me nervous. So they're getting kind of close, and they're about to kiss, and then he asks her if she wants a drink.
I'm gonna get a drink. You want a drink?
And he goes down there. And as he's down there, Christina Everhart, again, the lady from the beginning, shows up. You could tell he didn't want to talk to her, like, at all. Like, no. Yep. Like, how, awkward is it?
Could you politely fuck off for a second?
Yeah, so she shows him pictures of that terrorist group using his weapons, but he didn't sign for any weapons to go anywhere. She's like, well, someone did. So
that's whenever he found out, yeah.
So he went to go tell Obadiah about it. And he finds out that Obadiah's the one that filed the junction on him, trying to lock him out. It was him doing it because he's trying to.
He's trying to get rid of him.
That too, and he's also trying to straighten things up. That what Tony did,
Right.
He's trying to straighten everything out, but it's not working. And then Tony's just left there, and he sees the town that they're talking about, Gomera or something. I can't remember the
TV.
name.
Yeah.
So he puts on his suit and flies there, and you see that group torturing, I wouldn't say torture, but taking families apart, like taking them away from each other, not apart. No one's dead. I mean, maybe some that we didn't see. But this kid is being taken from the father's being taken away from his family. So the kid runs, and the dad's trying to get him to go back, and they throw him back. They're beating the shit out of the father. And then all of a sudden, fucking Iron Man just swoops in, boom, lands. That was a cool landing.
Yeah, that was a cool
when
landing.
the music and sound stops, and you just hear the
ting sound from him.
Yeah, landing. And the movement of a suit, that sound, and then he's just destroying everyone.
Yeah.
And then he shoots the people that are holding the family hostage using those little shoulder things. And the one guy that's left, he grabs him through the wall, pulls him out, and he's like about to fly away, and he tells him, he's all yours. And then we don't see what happens. I'm pretty sure they did something. But he's flying around, shooting everywhere, shooting all the missiles, and destroying all the weapons that they had, and then he flies away. And then, like, the U.S. military finds out that that's happened, and they're tracking him. Like, yeah, this thing is destroying everything, and he's trying to get away. So they send 2 planes after him. And he's trying to get away from them. And they have to call in Rhodey. And Rhodey's talking about like an unmanned kind of vehicle because it's small, but they don't know it's a suit yet. Oh, so he calls Tony and he says, he's like, what's going on? And he sounds out of breath. So he's lying. He's like, well, we're about to blow it out of the sky. They try to shoot him a couple times, and he ends up getting away, and he eventually gets away from them. They can't track him, and they're like, well, we can't find him, let's go. And as the plane turns, he's stuck to the bottom.
On the bottom of it, yeah.
Like what is it?
On your belly.
The Garfield stick to the window. Or Mr. Bigglesworth from Austin Powers. So as he's trying to roll to get Tony off, he breaks the wing of the plane. So
of the other one, yeah.
Yeah, so the guy tries to do the ejector seat, but the parachute won't open. Ejectocito, cuz! I've never even seen that movie, but I know that quote.
This is a good movie.
So, yeah, Iron Man goes down, helps him, pulls him, and he's safe. And then Rhodey finds out that it's Tony, and he's like, you owe me a plane. He's like, technically, he flew into me.
Technically, he hit me. So.
He's like, all right, what are we going to say? He's like, tell him it's a training exercise. And he's like, it's more complicated than that. And then the screen cuts immediately to Rhodey going, hey,
this is what training exercise.
Training exercise. I always liked that joke. I was telling him, like, it's like they talk about something and like, no, we're not doing that. And then the very next scene,
they're doing it.
I always liked that.
I've always liked scenes like that. That was so funny.
Then Pepper sees Tony trying to get the suit off, and this is her first time seeing it. And
let's face it, you caught me in worse positions than this.
Let's face it, this ain't the worst thing you caught me doing. What's funny is on the back of the table, there's a Captain America shield. Like, It looked like it was being built. It's like half of it. I don't know how that works. I thought it was just a molded shield, you know?
Well, I mean, that, like you said, that they all end up being connected somehow. And if you remember, Tony gave him the shield. Remember?
I don't know if it was that one. Maybe.
You never know. I mean,
yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. But, so she's upset, and they hold on.
She don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah.
You lost.
Oh no. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did lose track. They show the Ten Rings place in Rava or Raza.
Raza.
Yeah. And then it cuts to someone getting out of a vehicle, and it's Obadiah. He's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I didn't see that coming until he got out of the vehicle. Like he said the stuff about like getting him out.
Well, like getting him out of the company and stuff like that.
I thought that was just him trying to fix what Tony did.
Yeah,
I didn't see him.
Well, not only that, but like he was trying to get Tony kicked out, and so he could take over fully.
Yeah. Yes, and I didn't know that Obadiah Stane in the comics was a bad guy. So my first time ever hearing his name was this movie. So Raza shows him the suit. They kind of put it together, and that's what Raza wants. A fleet of iron soldiers is what he wants. So Oba comes up to him, and he puts on this little device that gets this sound.
And it stuns him.
It paralyzes him, bleeding from the ears and purple like veins on the head. And he's like, "You'll only be paralyzed for 15 minutes, which is the least of your worries." And when he walks out, all the guards that Obi had the 10 rings on the ground, and then he's like, "Take care of it." And as he walks off screen, you don't see it, but you see the flashes of the guns. His crew kills them all, and Obi's the bad guy. So Tony's trying to fix the suit, and Pepper goes to talk to him, and he wants Pepper to go to his office to get the stuff off the computer. She's like, "Well, what are you going to do with it?" He's like, "I'm trying to stop everything." And she just gets upset. He gets upset with her, so she quits. And he's like, "You've been buying me this whole side while I reap the benefits, and now I want to help people, and you want to quit?"
You want to quit and stuff? Yeah.
She's like, "You're going to kill yourself." And he just explains everything to her. So she ends up getting the little drive. And she goes to his office, uses the thing.
Flash drive, yeah.
Yeah, and finds everything. And then she comes across Sector 16, which
was his original suit.
Yeah. Oh. Did I pass it up?
Well, I mean, we can pass up a few things. I mean.
No, we'll get to it. He hold on, I'm all scatterbrained. So, but I like,
excuse him.
So she's looking at the computer, and then she finds the video that they recorded
when they captured him.
Yeah, and then she hits translate, which I didn't know was a thing. And then it was translated. Did you notice in the guy's voice? In the actor that played Raza, it was his voice. Like, if you were using a translator on the computer, wouldn't you? Would it be kind of like if you were using it like Stephen Hawking or something? Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm so sorry.
I ain't sorry for him. He was on Epstein Island. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Boom, shaka, laka.
Oh man, like the core memory, Family Guy. Oh my God, yeah.
That's exactly what I thought.
But so I like this scene when Pepper's trying to do that, get all that stuff, and she's just about done, and then Obadiah walks in, and she's literally sitting in front of the computer,
and everything's still like downloaded and shit like
she
that.
Ends up getting it to where the screensaver.
Yeah,
it was on, so he couldn't see what she was doing, but that whole scene is tense. It's one of those things where. In other movies,
oh God, he's gonna find out.
In other movies, he would be oblivious to what she did.
Yeah,
but the way that scene played out,
he knew exactly
what she was doing.
Yep.
Everything, he was sitting every angle. Look, no matter what, he was
He knew.
pouring his
He
drink,
knew.
sat by her. He knew what she was doing.
What I liked was she was thinking about how to get the flash drive out, and I thought it was pretty cool. It's pretty smooth. She threw the newspaper over it, and when she grabbed it, she slipped that up.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
She gets to go, and then he says, "Is that today's paper?" She stops. It's one of those things where it makes your heart drop.
It's like, oh shit, he's gonna find it
like
in her hand.
The puzzle, you know. And then she gets out, has the thing in her hand, and then you can see the look change on his face. He knew, which was really great. Throws the paper down. He checks. He sees it 100% complete, and he's like freaking out. It's so funny. Is it? She's going down the stairs, and Coulson's sitting there. Miss Potts, do you remember that we had a meeting? He's like, yes, come on, let's go.
Come on, let's go.
Now, I'll give you the story. He was kind of like, okay. He's like, I'm going to give you the story of your life.
Just hurry the hell up. Come on.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Okay, now this is where it is. So Obadiah walks into the place with all the scientists because they're trying to figure out how to make a small arc reactor.
And they just can't seem to figure it
The
out.
scientist that he talks to, he's like, this don't exist. And he's like, it's right there. Just make it smaller. He's like, it's impossible. And he said, Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. And the guy goes, I'm sorry.
I'm not
Tony Stark. That actor is Peter Billingsley, who, if you don't know, was Little Ralphie in A Christmas Story. He had it. Oh, fudge! I didn't say fudge.
And he was also one of the elves on the movie Elf with Will Ferrell,
directed by Jon Favreau.
Yep.
In
case you didn't know.
Well, now you do. It's funny too.
Listen, did you know that?
Yes. Dude? Justin Danger Nunley.
Justin Danger Nunley.
The dude's head was shaved like a bald spot. It was so obvious that it wasn't a real, like, balding person. I even saw a video a few years back of them cutting his hair like that for the movie because this ain't his only appearance, and we'll get to that later down the road. But that character comes back down the road.
Yep. If you didn't know.
Yeah, so all he wanted them to do was make the arc reactor, and it's like, they can't do it, but Tony can. It's like, y'all can't make it.
Well, they're a bunch of dumbasses, apparently. I don't know.
I
don't know.
But Tony gets a call on his phone, and it's Pepper. But as he picks it up, Obadiah was hiding behind him somehow. Was he crouched behind the couch?
I guess so. I don't know.
Where did he come from?
And he lit his ass up with that
little paralyzing device. He goes there to get Tony's arc reactor, which is a stronger one than the one that he had before. He ends up getting it and then threatens Pepper's life. And he goes back to the Stark Industries and he puts that arc reactor into a giant mech suit they call the Ironmonger. And excuse me. Pepper calls Rhodey because Tony won't answer. Rhodey goes back to the house, and Tony's downstairs trying to figure out what to do after the paralyzing thing. He's having
able to move a little bit. He's having a damn heart attack, yeah.
And then he tries to reach for the thing, but then he falls, and then Dummy grabs the thing and hands it to him.
Yeah, because he's literally laying there like just waiting to die. All of a sudden you see.
And he gets it and he puts it in, and Rhodey finds him just in time. He's like, the FBI is there. They got a few guys to help her, and he's like, that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, they were protecting her.
Yeah, so Pepper shows up with Coulson and them, and they're trying to get into Section 16. And then she's like, I don't know how to get in. Oh, is that a little device that's going to unlock the door? He puts it on there. You might want to step back. And it blows up. They get in trying to look for everything, and it eventually Obi takes them out. Obadiah takes everybody out except Coulson and Pepper's trying to run. Yeah. And Tony puts on the suit, and then Rhodey's like, "That's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life." And he's like, "Not bad, huh?" And he's about to fly out the hole that he made.
Yeah, he just
to get
busts
there.
through his own house.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Rhodes goes, anything I can do? He's like, keep the skies clear. And he flies away. And he's like, damn. Pauses for a
He
second.
looks at
Looks over. And then you see his Mach 2 suit, the completely
the
silver one.
suit, yeah.
He looks and he goes, next time, baby. And gets in the car and drives away. Which I didn't mention earlier is that his character, James Rhodes, in the comics is War Machine. He has a bunch of weapons on his suit. And he said, next time, baby. But there won't be a next time because this is the one and only time Terrence Howard played Rhodes. And we'll talk about that when we get to Iron Man 2.
See, and that's the thing. He never became Iron Man.
He never became Iron Man. War Machine. I don't know. Hey, man.
Oh, man.
God.
It's so
But,
funny.
So, yeah, all that happens. And then Tony shows up to save Pepper when Ironmonger's about to get her, knocks him through the building, and then they fly through the other side into the street. Big fight goes on. He's beating the shit out of him. Obi's beating the shit out of Iron Man.
Tries to blow him up and shit.
He eventually tries to fly, Iron Man, but he's losing power in the suit as he's going. That suit,
because of his arc reactor.
The arc reactor was not meant for flight, so the power drained like super fast. There was a moment in the movie for like a minute, it went from like 45 to 17.
Yeah.
In like not even 5 minutes. Yeah, so he ends up going. They go in the sky. Then Obadiah's behind him, and
starts freezing up.
Yeah, yeah. So he gets him up there, and then he starts to freeze, and he grabs Iron Man about to squeeze him, and he says something. And he's like, "How'd you solve the icing problem?" And then he ices over. He's like, "Might want to get that checked out." And bonk on the head, and he falls. And then he's running on power, like backup, because he's the arc reactor is basically dead. And he ends up falling like some, catching some, but he ends up on the roof of Stark Tower. And Obi's there too. And they have a little fight. He takes off his helmet and his glove, and he tries to shoot him with the hand that doesn't have the glove.
Nothing happens, yeah.
So he gets him, and he uses flare to blind him. And then he gets on top of him and rips his targeting system out. So, he can't shoot him. So he's been trying to shoot him. So he's trying to hide, and he tells Pepper to get in there and overload the arc reactor, and because they're on the roof of the place, and when she hits the button, it's going to fry him. And so she's down there doing that while he's trying to do it, and he's giving his little monologue speech. Hold still, you little prick. Tries to shoot at him and everything.
His dumbass still misses.
Yeah, I guess it must be hard to aim something like that, you know?
Yeah, especially since you don't have your aiming system. It's all fried because he ripped it out.
But, it goes down, and then he's telling her to press the button. She doesn't want to do it because he's up there, but he's like, just do it. So she ends up doing it, and it shoots in the sky and blows up, and it fries him. It fries Obadiah. He stands there getting shocked, and then he just falls dead into the reactor, and then it blows up. And this shows a little like a week later or something, or for a few days, and Coulson's talking to Tony about what happened. He gives him some cards for an alibi. Has all these people that'll have an alibi for you, and he's like, he asks, what about, Obadiah? And he's like, private planes have a tendency to crash sometimes. It's like, damn. Like, all right. So Tony, they're like, just stick with the cards, and he's like, so I'll call you at the strategic home, and he's like, just call us S.H.I.E.L.D. And just walks away. It's like,
just call us S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean,
why didn't you say that before? Anyway, and so he's talking to Pepper about what happened in between them, and she's like, when we danced and then we went to the roof and you went down to get me a drink and left me there. Is that the day you're talking about? He's like, uh-huh. Will that be all, Mr. Stark? Yes, Miss Potts. So Rhodey's out there, and he tells everyone that he's not taking any questions. He's got a prepared statement, and he gets out there and tries to read the cards. But Christine Everhart again, always in the fucking way.
Just move.
She's like, you expect us to believe that's a bodyguard or something, and then that little smart ass like Mark's like, I know it's he's doing that little thing into her and assume that I'm a superhero. She's like, I didn't say you were a superhero. He's like, oh well, I ain't because that would be insane and awesome or fantastic.
Fantastic, yeah.
He's trying to read the cards and he's messing up, and then Rhodey's
finally,
like, just stick with the cards. So he goes, truth is, throws down the cards like, I am Iron Man. Everyone stands up. It's so funny. It's like
everyone freaks out.
Yeah, the shot behind him of the crowd standing up. Like you see Rhodey sitting next to him, and you see Rhodey go, huh? Like he goes by real quick, and he's sitting there, and then roll credits and Iron Man by Black Sabbath, and damn, that's a good movie.
Yeah,
that movie still holds up.
That movie brings back a lot of memories for me because, like I said, I was about to graduate high school, and it's like that was actually like I actually got money for my graduation before my graduation, and then I used some of that money to go see that movie in theaters, and it was really cool. A lot of memories for me.
Yeah, and roll credits. However, it's a post-credit scene. I remember seeing this with my buddy, and the movie was just about over, and I was about to get up and leave.
Right. I did the same thing, but I was like, no, there's usually something at the very end of the credits.
Well, old movies used to do that. It's few in between.
Yeah, well, I thought that at the time, yeah.
Marvel basically brought that back to a bigger extent,
Yeah.
But yeah, he said there's an end credits scene. There's supposed to be some at the very end.
There's gotta be something, yeah.
All right, whatever. So we sat there. Yeah. So post credit, Tony comes home and you hear Jarvis go, "Hello, sir," but he's like dying down. And then all of a sudden you hear a voice like, "I am Iron Man." And when I heard that in the theaters, I was like, "That there's no mistaking that voice.
There's no mistaking."
And I was like, "Is that Sam Jackson?" He's like, "You think you're the only superhero out there, Mr. Stark? You're part of a world that's bigger than you think." And Tony goes, "Who are you?" And he walks out of the shadows, and it's Sam Jackson. And he says, "Nick Fury, director of S.H.I.E.L.D." I'm like, "Huh, cool." And he says, "I want to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative." And it cuts away, and it's like,
holy shit.
Wait, what? And thus, right there, the MCU was born.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm thinking to myself, I've heard of the Avengers. I know it's a group of superheroes.
Oh yeah, I heard about the Avengers.
And I'm thinking,
a while back.
They're gonna make movies with like they're gonna make a Avengers movie with multiple heroes in it. That's almost like unheard of.
Yeah.
You usually see just superheroes with one hero, and it's like one or two villains in it, like the Spider-Man movies and everything. Like they're gonna put multiple heroes in this movie. How is that gonna work? I didn't know who it was at the time. I think Captain America was the only one that I knew, and Iron Man. That's all I knew, and I'm like, huh. This is going to be great.
Now, like, I've heard of Thor and stuff like that, but I didn't know that, like, Thor and Hulk was part of the Avengers. I didn't know that at the time.
Now, after the movie came out, I was reading about stuff like that, and they said that they were working on a Thor movie and Captain America.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. How's this going to work? And we'll find out. But I wrote this down too. Nick Fury's look in the comics was changed to Sam Jackson like later on in its run.
Right.
A bald black guy with an eye patch. It used to be a white guy with an eye patch, which, if I'm not mistaken, there was a movie about Nick Fury where David Hasselhoff played Nick Fury.
Wow.
Yeah. I've never seen it. I've heard it's bad, but I want to try to find it. And
that'd be just to see how bad it actually is.
Yeah. The filming of this scene was done with a skeleton crew to keep it a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Sam's agent called and said, "Hey, do y'all have a role for Sam?" Because his agent just helps him try to get work. And they're like, "Hey, we may have something." So yeah, they kept that a secret.
That's pretty cool.
And the MCU is born, and it's huge right now. Where in the last few years, there
gross
was
couple $billion,
several billion.
several $billion. Yeah.
There's a little slump in there, but all the movies aren't bad. Okay, but we're gonna talk about every one of them. But yeah, that is Iron Man from 2008.
All right.
So we finally talked about this, Corbin, this first movie of the MCU. You know the drill.
All right.
What's your
We're gonna rate it. Okay. Because, like I said, it was the first Marvel Studio movie that was published out. It brought back a lot of memories for me and everything like that. It was one of the best movies I've seen in theaters, like action movie. I'm gonna give it a 8.5.
You're gonna give it 8.5? Yeah. This movie's great. It still holds up.
Yes, it does. After all these years,
there's nothing in this movie that I would change.
No, hell no.
I'm going to give this movie a 9.
A 9?
9 out of 10.
Okay. I was thinking 9, but I was like, nah, I don't want to overachieve it.
It's okay. There's always going to be that one person that overachieves it, but I'm not the overachieving it. I really think
it's really great.
This movie is great still, and we're just getting started.
18 years later, and it's still good.
We are going through it all
the MCU,
do all of it, but
everything. Okay,
maybe not the TV shows, but
the movies definitely. But yeah, so once again, this is halfway through the month of January, but still, Happy New Year, everyone! Real Film Reviews is back, and I think we're going to be putting out more content. We're going to put out more content this year, a lot more than last year.
And we're going to probably work on some TV shows. We're going to start small, too, and going to think of some other stuff. I don't know yet. This first video of the year was supposed to be an Austin Powers movie, but retrospect. But we recorded the movie. It was the review. It was longer than we thought, and I messed it up. I don't want to talk about it, but I messed it up. But we are going to get that is coming soon.
We will put that out.
Yes, and there's also a date coming up. I'm not going to talk about it yet, but that's going to be multiple times this year. So movies with that title are going to be 3 of them this year. We'll get to that, but we're also going to do the MCU. So, yes. I don't know. It don't matter. But thank you, everyone, for hopefully watching this. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you on the next one.
All right. Peace.